Okie doke. Now we're back again, and we are going to talk about how the oils are made and how do we know that they're really the purest or the best. So, this is how the main reason that you know because it takes 60,000 rose blossoms to make 1 ounce of rose oil. That's a lot of rose petals, blossoms to be able to do that. Lavender, it takes 220 pounds of lavender to make 7 pounds of oil. So not near as much. So lavender is not going to be quite as expensive, but you still getting the pure oil because a lot of companies will use lavandin, which is a total different oil besides lavender. Nothing remotely the same. So if you read the back of a bottle, you will see that sometimes it will say lavandin, lavender together, which means that they're adding both of them together. They're not going to do the same thing. They're not going to be the same therapeutic value, nothing. So you want to make sure what you're getting. Jasmine flowers must be picked by hand before the sun becomes too hot on the very first day that it opens, making it the most expensive oil in the world. It takes 8 million hand-picked blossoms to produce 2.2 pounds of oil. That in itself means that when you go to Walmart and you find jasmine sitting on the shelf, that's not going to be pure jasmine at all. At all. That's like runoff. Like you got water runoff that you've got in a little bottle. It's not going to be pure jasmine. Jasmine is amazing. It's one of my most favorite things ever. It is expensive. So if you're getting it for $10, then you know that you're not getting jasmine, really, at all. A sandalwood tree must be 30 years old and 30 feet tall before it can be cut down for distillation. Gary Young's sandalwood trees must be 90% dead before they will actually harvest them. A little, a little goes a long way. Most oils are $10 to $30 a bottle, depending on the thickness or viscosity of the oil. A 5 milliliter bottle contains about 90 to 100 drops, and the 15 milliliter bottle is usually around 300, 2 to 300 drops a bottle. Each application is 1 to 3 drops, so you're not using much. I mean, like, they're so extremely, when you're using Young Living, it's so extremely concentrated. You're not going to get the like, you're not going to have to use gobs and gobs and gobs of it. Now, if you're going to Walmart and you're buying it off the shelf, then yes, you're going to have to use all the bottle to do what 1 or 2 drops is going to do with Young Living. So there's a huge difference. I cannot tell you how much of a difference it is and the difference that it makes when you're using good stuff. You will get and when you're doing thieves cleaner, now my thieves cleaner usually lasts me 3 to 4 months because it's very concentrated. There again, you're using a cap full to each bottle. Now, depending on if I'm having a lot of really grimy stuff going on, I'm really wanting to deep clean really well, then I will use a little bit more, and it may not last quite as long, but it cleans everything. So that one bottle, which is a 14-ounce bottle, it's not real big. I should have brought it in here with me, but I didn't. It's not real big, so you're using very little each time that you're cleaning. It's made of plants only, and it costs about $1.50 a bottle when you're making an 8 to 16 ounce bottle. You can even get because like you're using 1 capful for an 8-ounce bottle, so like that just shows you how concentrated it is. And I have different recipes that I can give you to help with different like if you want to deep clean better, or like you need to scrub like grease off of something, or like Lily dropped paint on our floor one day. It was bright blue paint, and so I had to use it a little bit more concentrated that day to get all that up, but it all came out. And so there's different things you can do, and so it depends on what you're doing. If you're going to have a bigger mess, then you're going to have to use a little bit more. But typically, you're going to have about $1.50 in each 8-ounce bottle. You can even get, you can't even, I mean, like if you went to the grocery store, I mean, you couldn't even do it that cheap at the grocery store. you're still going to spend more than that, and you're going to have window cleaner and potty cleaner, and you can't use the same thing on the potty that you would use on your carpet. And things I do, I used it on everything. I spray the kids with it, I spray the animals with it, I spray everything gets thieves cleaner, and it helps keep our immune system moving as well, so it's great. Thieves cleaner and thieves hand sanitizer comes in the starter kit, so you'll have a little sample when you get your starter kit. You'll have a little sample of the hand sanitizer, and I just keep it in my purse, and it's wonderful. I love it, and it smells good. Lost my spot. We also I'll have to look at my calendar, but in a couple of days we're going to have a thieves class too. So we'll be talking all about the thieves and how that works, and the thieves cleaner and everything that you can do. So you can tune in a couple of days. I'll let you know when that's going to be, because it really is great. And there's a whole starter kit just for thieves if that's the direction you want to go in and would like to clean your house first and get the chemicals in that direction going first. So we can talk about that as well. For today, we're going to talk about the starter kit and what is all in it, all the basic oils, all the best way to get started, because it is overwhelming, and it can get overwhelming when you start looking at all of the stuff. I mean, with 600 different products, it really does get overwhelming, but you can start small, and then you can begin to build on that. Your basics are going to be the same. You're going to use every oil the same. It's not going to matter. It's not rocket science, I promise. But every oil does something different. But at the same time, like lavender's great for sleep, there's also Tranquil that's great for sleep. I mean, it's like if you don't have one, you probably have something else that can do the same thing. If you run out of an oil, there is something else that can do that same item, or like supporting your joints, or whatever, your heart support or whatever. There's always another oil. If you run out of one, there's always something else. Or if something's out of stock, because there's still going to be things that go out of stock, because natural things that are grown naturally, that are distilled naturally, they're going to run out of stock, because you're going to have times that they're not going to be harvested, because you're waiting for the harvest season. Or, I mean, like one year, there was like no rain, so things died, like you can't prevent some things, but there's always another oil out there that can do that same thing that you're looking for. You just have to look, and you have to research. You can always ask me. I will help you find what it is that you're looking for, what you're needing, because there's always something. So, and if I don't have it, somebody else may have it, or that you can get a sample of it and try it and see if that's something that you like or whatever. There's always those things. Next, we're going to talk about safety. Sorry, I got a phone call. We're going to talk about safety and how to use them and all those particulars, so stay tuned.